strong black mamas, they don't let your ass feel sorry for your damn self. You can't be strong black mama, make your ass, inspire your goofy ass to get up and do something. You be feeling like you can't do it. Strong black mamas to make your ass get the fuck up and go get it. You remember Ray Charles? Remember Ray was blind in the motherfucker. He was like, mama, I can't see. A devil is a lie.
Whether or not you think that single mothers get offended about their lack of ability.
You can't receive information if you're in your feelings.
At all.
How you hear shit depends on your temperament and your energy.
Yes.
So off top, if you defensive, if you feel some type of way, if you got these traumas on you that you haven't seen about with yourself,
you're not going to hear it with the right ear.
At all. And you're going to come at the conversation or you're going to come at the information listening with your inner child. Outside of that, we struggle with accountability. Like, I'll be the first female to say it. Homegirl to a lot of street niggas. Like, there was a lot of shit said and done in front of me to where it molded my perspective differently.
No,
than
that's
just
hard. That's hard.
Yes.
We do these niggas to the point that these niggas would want to be a good nigga, but I can't due to the fact of the shit you done showed me.
State of parenting in our community, when we talk about, a certain demographic.
Women lack the proper skills to be the foundation for that man to be that head.
Where the women are receiving government assistance. Like, what's the government say why they do what they do?
Well, the government wants to be the father. This has all been intentional. Remove the father from the home so we can come in and we can take over. Make sure that the mother is not in the home, that the mother is working, maybe 2 jobs or whatever, trying to survive, so we can completely indoctrinate that child with whatever it is that we want to indoctrinate them with. So if the father is out of the home, which I think that the original structure of the nuclear family worked best for us. That's my personal opinion. The father is being the provider and the mother has the time to nurture. But when you have the father removed from the home and the mother working 40 to 80 hours a week, then what are we doing? We are sending our children to school every single day, Monday through Friday. And now that teacher has somewhat become the parent, and this school has now taken over the role of parenting. And what are they doing? They are teaching your children. They are indoctrinating your children 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday. And then when our children grow up and they're 16 and 17 and we're sitting across from them and we realize you don't have the same morals I do. You don't have the same beliefs.
Holding the proper food from the black man, and food is what sustains life. What else are we withholding that is affecting his development and success? Me writing the Black Man's Guide, and it was released in March of 1990. I wrote it in 1980. Accountability for the condition of our families and the failure of our families and the undisciplined children was blamed on the black man. He ain't this, he ain't in the house, he ain't paying this, he not working, he not whatever. The fact that he was under, you all were under a terrible system, and you were still held back by your color, not your ability. And I didn't like that because I had a wonderful husband, and you all to continue to function without really knowing us like we thought we knew you. Okay?
That's what I learned. Mess with the chick that like you, not the one you like. The one you like, you're going to accept all kind of stuff out of it. And y'all know it's true. You're going to accept all kind of stuff, but you never accept off another chick. And it might be another chick right next door that like you and going to do everything and keep you right. But you rather mess with this pretty girl over here that's giving you all kind of problems, you dig? That's how the world goes.
Always wanted to be a mom, that I would do it with a partner.
But when that burning desire to be a mom hit Aisha Jenkins, she was single. She had married her college sweetheart and divorced 5 years later. By then, she was 29 and hadn't given up on her dream.
And so I remember crying to my sisters, I cried to my stepmom, and my stepmom, who is deeply religious, in her 60s, was just like, if you want to have a baby, go have a baby.
It was her journey. She started researching everything she could, from fertility clinics of IVF. She delivered a beautiful baby girl, and years later, number 2 would follow. And connect to other Black women pursuing single motherhood.
That they are where I am. And Black women imprisoning this path is not easy because of what society tells you you can do.
SMCs, or single mothers by
women exist. You're just focused on the wrong things. You need to adjust your standards. And I didn't say lower your standards, but adjust your standards so your expectations actually require a man to be a man. So many of you focus on things like the type of car a man drives, his swag, how tall he is, how big his muscles are, what kind of shoes he's wearing, what type of trips he can take you on. None of that determines whether or not a man is fit to be an efficient leader, protector, and provider. And some women focus on how a man makes her feel. Like, he makes me feel good, he makes me laugh, he makes me feel desired. And I really hate to be the one to say this, but that also doesn't determine or it doesn't guarantee that you're dealing with a mature masculine man. Don't just consider how he treats you or what he can do for you, because all of that can change. You want to pay attention to a man's character in general. Focus on his actions and which principles he stands on as a man. So,
yeah. Some nigga wake up building don't even know they building, bro. Motherfucker call you, take one little thing for her to say some bullshit or screen say some bullshit, and I'm already on the
defense.
Close this shit, so your mood already that. Give a fuck what it is, I'm already on that right now. You finna do what she just did, or you finna do what he just did. Is all this shit just some bullshit? Married had their heart broke before. I don't give a fuck who it is. Your girlfriend or your mama.
But you know, so your
I starts looking at certain shit or seeing certain things, the things that you did, or it's like resentment, things that you.
So some of these boys be really heartbroken from the household and they mama.
So, but she ain't going for it, and she going for some shit that you disagree with. Now you look at her as like, you know what I'm saying, just drop a head action. I see that shit.
Mamas, they be mamas for the first time, and they be aggravated by who they let get them pregnant.
Yes.
And they take that shit out on their kids. These women have kids. The child come out looking so much like this brother that she resent the child.
Would like to be married to your baby's father. One.
You already have your child to think about, and then a whole family to care for. You know, it's a lot of responsibility. And then you don't want the commitments.
I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you think you might need help in raising that baby from a man?
Not really. I didn't have. So, you know, it really, male figures are not substantially important in the family.
Jersey, one of America's inner cities. Inner city is a polite name for ghetto, as in black ghetto. Those of us who don't live in the ghetto are brought here usually by television, and usually only when there are violent pictures to show. But we have to come here if you want to understand those fearsome statistics about the vanishing black family. Now, a lot of white families are in trouble, too. Single-parent families are twice as common in America today as they were 20 years ago.
Position to brag about the fact that I got my own job, my own credit card, my own car, so I don't need no man. I don't even know how we got that mixed up. Ain't none of that got nothing to do with being with no man. You know, we have some serious relationship problems that nobody has been able to address us on because everybody wants to pretend that this is not going on. You know, over 60% of our women are single, widowed, separated, or divorced. They don't have a man. I just came out of Florida and they got a housing complex that the Urban League built, which is a black organization that is for women and children only. They say they don't allow any men in there. I didn't have time to deal with it, but I talked about them real bad. That's the silliest program I've ever heard of. You know them women that had men if they got a bunch of children. They need fathers. They need protection.
What God is saying is that I've been watching man for trillions of years, and I'm telling you, your own understanding does not have the ability nor the authorities to support you long term. Hurt yourself, or match this, or you know, swipe right, swipe what? All that's leaning on your own understanding. Learn this from the minister that there's a scientific formula for compatibility. How will you know? He said, make a list of what the ideal man looks like to you as a woman. For you, make a list of what an ideal woman looks like to you as a man, that they already match up and present 70% of what you're looking for. My wife or my husband as a woman, they should already have 7 out of 10 present in their personality. Not be marrying you a partner, you'll be marrying you a project.
You already got 2, 3, 4, 5 children and no baby daddies around that actually contribute to the upbringing of the child, and you already got yourself sold on the concept that you're doing a good job and that single mother households produce a great product when statistically they don't. I'm not talking to y'all. Real women that want to operate like they got some sense, that want to be real, that everything in the world that happens to them is not a man's fault. I'm talking to the females that want to get a real lesson that our choices and our decisions as a young woman determines how our life will look and how people look at us in regards to being valuable, mixing in a relationship with us. Right?
Shit. So that's the dynamic of the loving single black mother who's God-fearing, who's trying to teach her kids good morals and values, but she don't have the time because she got to work and provide a good